Well, how are you guys? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching us from. But where I'm working right now at the time of recording, it's good afternoon. Rock and David is my name. How did you sleep? How is your day, guys? Today, I decided to start up our day with this Sabitzer video, how he fits into the Erik Ten Hag system. Because most of you will be asking yourselves, can he coexist in the same team with Bruno, Eriksson, and Casemiro? Can he be there with Freddie, Scott McTominay, name it? So today I've decided to go all out and really get into this formation type. I'm here to do two formations, but I believe you are going to cover each and every aspect of Sabitzer. So he has been really unveiled by Manchester United. They've gone ahead to put out the pictures of him really donning into that United shirt. I think my next video is going to be all about him and what Ten Hag expects about him. So that's why I always tell you that keep it United Matters channel by subscribing to this channel. Rock and David is my name. Let's set this rolling and we start it off like this. Now, Sabitzer comes in a team of United managed by Erik Ten Hag, whose favorite system is a 4-2-3-1. That is his favorite system. Now, that system has 4 defenders, a double pivot of 2 midfielders that play in front of the back 4, 3 midfielders, of which one is a central attack midfielder, the other one is a right attack midfielder, and the other one is a right attack midfielder, with one striker leading the line. That is Sabitzer for you. Now, obviously, the back 5 of United is known. David De Gea will always be in goal, if at all they are fit. Dalot, if at all is fit, right back. Then left back is always Luke Shaw. Then right central defense, Rafael Varane. Left of the central defense, Lisandro Martinez. That is the first choice back 5 of Manchester United in the first spell of Erik Ten Hag. And we're into the final of the Carabao Cup being played on the 26th of February. Now, when you look at the midfielders, obviously, Casemiro looks like he's a constant. He's really one of those that we expect him to come in through and get the job done for a team known as Manchester United. He has really revolutionized that midfield a lot, and he deserves his flowers, and we've always given them to him. Now, this is when Sabitzer comes in through and gets his first spell in a double pivot alongside Casemiro. Sabitzer coming in through and playing that position is really something great, because Eriksson has been playing in that position. You saw it yesterday when you're playing Nottingham Forest, that we lacked a player to get us through the final third, especially acting as a connector. You get from the midfield to the final third. You saw Freddie, he was getting those balls from Casemiro and from deep in the midfield, but he couldn't really pull out a moment of magic. That's it. But Sabitzer in that position, he can pull out a moment of magic every time you want it. So I believe he was at Old Trafford watching that game of football and knowing that, all right, I have a role to play in this team of Manchester United, and I think he saw he was going to play. And I think he's really going to be one of the most players that are really going to benefit from their coming to Manchester United, because Ten Hag is really one of those that really gives us the best. And I think this might be the ideal starting 11 of Manchester United in the next many games, especially the games that Ten Hag is taking serious. He will be wanting to have Sabitzer and Casemiro in that double pivot. Sabitzer, I've had very many pundits downplaying him. Mason. I would love, you know, let me check it out. There is a response that I saw Rio Ferdinand directing to Mason about him attacking. To me, I call it as an attack. For a player that has not played even a single minute in the Premier League, you don't watch Bundesliga, you come out and really talk ill about him. Obviously, you don't know what you're talking about. And Ferdinand has really gone ahead to really school a man known as Mason. Is it Paul Mason? He supports Arsenal, and he has always been attacking United fans. And Ferdinand has said Paul Mason's comments about Marcel Sabitzer signing stink of ignorance. So I like this about Ferdinand. He has really gone out for him. Obviously, they are stinking ignorance because he's talking about a player he doesn't know. That's what they said when Lisandro Martinez came in here, that he's short, he can't play in the league. And he has gone ahead to disapprove them that he has won more Elliott duels than all of the tall defenders they're really having. So, Sabitzer, if you don't know him, keep quiet. If you've not seen him play, keep quiet. He can play as a CDM. He can play as a number 8 or a box-to-box midfielder. He can play as a cam where Bruno plays. He can play at the wing. He can also lead the line as a false 9. He can play loads and lots of positions. And I think he's coming in at a club that has a manager who can really utilize the best of his talent. Now, let's go to another system that can see... It's not a system. We are still in the same system, but if at all Freddy is played in the Sabitzer role. Now, where else can Sabitzer play? I believe, if at all you've seen him play this game of football for a long time, Sabitzer can come in through and play where Casemiro plays. And Casemiro can be rested, and Sabitzer can play there very, very, very well in a CDM position because he has the energy, he's good at blocking, winning tackles, combating play of the opponent. The checkmates he makes in the midfield are really out of this world. So, he is a player that can come in and really give you that protection of the back four in there for you. And the other situation is when you bring in Casemiro back, all right, and you're having Freddy, where else can you play Sabitzer? Sabitzer can get Bruno a rest, and obviously he plays into that position. So he's a kind of player that can help us in every position in the midfield, and that's why this is a masterclass signing from Erik ten Hag. And I talked about this even before this game, that the player we need should be able to be playing in all the 3 central midfield areas. A cam, single pivot, box-to-box midfielder. So all those 3 are into the DNA of this player known as Sabitzer, who has been given the shirt number 15 of Manchester United. So that's how he can fit in a 4-2-3 system. You can even play him on the wing, but I believe you have lots of players that are really playing on the wing. Sancho is back, and you saw to eat that in the game of Nottingham. The manager even tried to play him centrally as a cam and played very well. So it shows you that lots of different ideas the manager is having in this team for this team of Manchester United to really see to it that we really force ourselves into the positions and getting enough playing time for these players. But Sabitzer is really a very good addition, and I know he's going to ashame very many people who have really gone ahead to downplay him, the likes of Pale Mason. And I liked how Ferdinand treated him. Obviously, that is stinking ignorance because he doesn't know who this player is. But for us who have been working Sabitzer from RB Leipzig, the Australian national team and at Bayern Munich, this guy is really out of this world. Ask yourself, if at all he is not really great, as Paul Mason is saying, why did he play all the 6 Champions League games? Why did he play even that Barcelona game that they won 2-0? You know, we need to be watching these games. Go out, look for those clips, look for the entire game, watch who Sabitzer is, and you get to know who the player Ten Hag has really brought in at the club of Manchester United. So I think now we shift to another system, not so. Oh, I had forgotten. Now, when you bring in Eriksson, he can play with Sabitzer in that system as you see it. Sabitzer playing as a cam, Eriksson into the deeper role, and Casemiro playing into the CDM. You can also put Sabitzer where Eriksson is, and obviously things will work on well for the club of Manchester United. So I think Ten Hag will think of playing Sabitzer a little bit deeper in the midfield, in the double pivot with Casemiro. Then he will go out for Bruno to play wide right. Because he can field them on the field of play, all of them at once, because he believes Eriksson is a better 10. That's it. He's a better 10 than Bruno, and Bruno offers also some good brilliance when he's playing wide, like you saw him yesterday with that outside boot pass to Rashford at the back post that resulted into the second goal that Freddy scores for Manchester United at Old Trafford that sent us to Wembley with a 5-goal aggregate. Let's go to another system that Ten Hag sometimes comes in for. It's a 4-3-3 system that Ten Hag has shown us that yesterday we played when we were playing Nottingham Forest. Obviously, the back 5, you know it very well. De Gea, Dalot, Luke Shaw, Varane, Lisandro Martinez, another clean sheet kept yesterday. Now, in the single pivot, obviously it's Casemiro into that position. Then you'll have Bruno Fernandes play off wide right. And then Sabitzer comes in through to play into that position because right now Eriksen is out of the conversation. Do you know why? He is injured. He is injured. So he might return towards the end of April, meaning that we're going to play February and March and April even. 3 months when he's out of this. Now, that is Sabitzer for you coming in through, playing in the midfield three of Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, and Rashford. So that is another system where you can come in and really fit very, very well for the club of Manchester United. So it shows you how this guy is really great. Technical abilities, undoubted. He's one of the best I've seen. And I think coming to the Premier League will really exonerate him from all the people that are really downplaying his efforts. And maybe his move he made to go to Bayern Munich because Bayern has been having very many players competing for that midfield position. So he couldn't go past Joshua Kimmich to that level. Now, when you bring in Freddie into this equation of a 4-3-3, where does this leave a player called Sabitzer? That means Sabitzer can come in through and play as a cam. A central, not a cam, as a CDM. So this is what this guy gets you on the field of play. He gets you a lot on the field of play. So you've seen everything that this man brings to the club of Manchester United. He can play as a CDM, a cam, and very much more about the lad known as Sabitzer. So Sabitzer is coming in through at Manchester United, playing some good football under a very good manager. Good to see to it that he's coming in through as we really went through to the finale. He enjoyed Old Trafford. Old Trafford was singing his name. I think he's training with the team today and tomorrow, Friday. Saturday, he's going to make it to the match squad because we are short of midfield options. Yesterday on the bench, if I told you, sure, that bench went very well. We never had a midfielder. When we talk about Casemiro, he's young. You can't integrate him into this level of playing the game of football. Do you know why? You might kill off his career. He needs to be handled very well. He needs to be managed very well. And that's what Ten Hag is doing. So, Sabitzer, experienced player, even if he makes it to the bench when you're playing Crystal Palace at Old Trafford, that will be a plus to us. Do you know why? We never had no one. Scott McTominay is injured. Freddie, Casemiro are the only two double pivot midfielders we are having. So, him being on the bench also helps us because he brings in more energy. He brings in a breath of fresh air. He's like, people are calling him a cherry on the cake, but he's not a cherry on the cake. To me, I think he's even beyond an icing on the cake because if a car lacks an engine, okay, let's say the car has everything, but it has no petrol. Will it move? It won't move. Even if you try to twist the ignition or to start the ignition to start the car, it won't really start. That's it, because the car needs petrol. Now, the car is there, very expensive, it has been moving, it had lacked petrol. You get? So, and petrol is the one that makes the engine room active. Our engine room at Manchester United, the midfield, had really gotten out of one of the most pivotal players at the club, that is Eriksen. Now, Sabitzer is in, and that is how I believe is going to go on and really line up in the structure of Manchester United, and how Ten Hag is going to use him in very many games. So your thoughts are welcome in the comment section below about Sabitzer and how he's going to fit into the starting 11 of Manchester United. He can play everywhere. He's really talented, good player that United has always missed in this season. And it will depend on his performances that will contribute to either keeping him or really selling him. But I'm 100% sure if he thrives, Ten Hag will go ahead and really buy him, because he won't like to go out for Frankie de Jong in the summer, to go out and really take another long journey of really signing the player. Yet there is a player that has played for us for 5 months and proven himself at Manchester United that can play the game of football. So I believe in Sabitzer. He's not going to let me down. Why? The other reason is simple. No player Ten Hag has signed at Manchester United that has gone ahead to flop. Anthony looks like he's the late developer, but you see to it that every game Anthony is really becoming into a different kind of player. Malacia, great. Lisandro Martinez, superb. Eriksson, masterclass. Casemiro, flawless. Weghorst, good. So all those players that has brought in are really doing a very good job at the club of Manchester United, and I believe Ten Hag is proud of them. I believe Sabitzer is going to join the bandwagon of these players. He's joining the chain of good players. And you know what it means? Playing alongside good quality players. This is where I come in through with this saying that iron sharpens iron. You get? Iron sharpens iron. If you know, you know. You get? Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes in that midfield alongside Sabitzer. Obviously, it's really going to be another long season for us to enjoy these players because they are coming in and they are getting integrated and fitting this team early enough. Rokan David is my name. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly. Your thoughts are welcome in the comment section below. Smash the like button, comment and share. I sign out for now. See you later. Remember, later today, I'm coming with Ten Hag's talk about Sabitzer for the very first time. Then I think we'll close up the day with the United versus Crystal Palace preview. Not so, as Rafael Varane is set to announce his retirement from international football, meaning that he wants to dedicate his time to his family and club football. I sign out for now. See you later, my mates.